Hi everyone, this is Kathy from pixelpapery.com. I just wanted to quickly show you how super easy it is going to be for you to edit your invitation. So I use a program called Corjl. Corjl is a completely free program for you that you will use to edit your invitation or printable that you have purchased from my shop. Um, First of all, the first thing to do is check your email because you will get an email from corjl.com once your purchase is complete. You will click on the link that's inside the email and it'll take you directly to Corjl. Um, After a quick log in or set up an account, which takes literally 30 seconds. Your invitation will open and you'll be in this screen here. You can quickly edit just by going over to the right hand side into layers and clicking on each one of the layers and changing them. But I wanted to go into a little bit more detail so it's easier for you once you get started. Over here on the left hand side, when you first open, you'll see all of your purchases from my shop. In this particular instance, this purchase is for the 4th of July backyard barbecue party invitation. So you'll see it here. If you had others, they'd be listed as well. Below that is a instruction sheet that you can download and read to follow along if you'd rather do that than listen to the video. But in this little square here, you'll see it's marked incomplete, and that is because we haven't done any edits and or saved any changes yet. Once you save your changes, it'll be marked complete and the download button will then be highlighted so you can download and print. I'll click on that now here so that you can see how easy that would be after you had completed your edits. You click on the button and now you see it's complete, and now you see that the download button is highlighted and you can download. And in this particular invitation, you get 20 downloads. So you can change this up to 20 times if you don't like your edits. So that's really cool. We also have a revert to original button. So if you've done anything, lost something, deleted something accidentally, you can always press this delete to original button and that'll take you back to the original invitation. You will lose any and all edits if you revert to original. So just keep that in mind. The box will open up and you will just click revert and you will be back to the original invitation without your edit. There is a way that you can undo an edit with just that particular edit without changing anything, which is over here on the right. And this is where we'll do most of our edits anyway. But across the top, you'll see the invitation you purchased and the size. You have some buttons here. You have a zoom in button, which can bring it closer to you if you need that, or a zoom out button. You have a duplicate page if you need a duplicate invitation for some reason or other, and a delete button here. This will actually delete the artboard you're working on. So if you're on page 1 and you accidentally push that delete button, that's going to get rid of that artboard. So if you're sure you want to delete the artboard, you'd click OK and it would be gone. Your artboard is gone. We do luckily have a little revert to original button. So if for some reason you did that, you can revert back to the original and your artboard will appear again. But again, all of your edits will be gone. So you want to be really careful with that delete button. Up at the top, you have your pages. We're on page 1. This particular invitation has 3 pages, 2 backside options. Most of my invitations will come with a backside option for you if you choose to use those backsides. That's completely up to you if you want them. Okay, so we'll get over into the editing section now. So again, the layers, down here are all the layers that are editable. These are all text layers, and you can tell that by the little letter that's here. The letter A shows their text layers. In this invitation, all the text is editable except for the graphic. This girl, July 4th, the balloons, this is all a graphic and it is not editable. You will know if your graphics are editable if in the layer section there is a picture icon there instead of an A. That is for the graphic, and that will mean you can either delete it or add something to it, change it in one way or the other. But for now, we're only going to be editing in this invitation the wording that we have here. So to get into edits quickly, You would just click on what you wanted to change. Say we want to change 4th of July background barbecue to something else. You'll know which box you're in. It'll be highlighted with these little marks around the box, and then it'll also show up over here in the editing square. So in the editing square, you would just click in there and start deleting what you don't want. Say you just wanted to say, let's celebrate, please join us for 4th of July. You would take out what you don't want, or you would type in what you do want. 4th of July celebration. And then that's how easy it is to edit. You would just do that for each text box. You would change the text if you like it exactly the way it is, and then you're done completely. You can be done in, like I said, 5 minutes. Or you can go into more detail and do more edits to each text box. So, for example, we're in the 4th of July celebration text box. We could change the size here. We're at 36. We could do a drop down here and different sizes will show up. You can change it to bigger or smaller. Um, I mean, you could go down all the way to 78. Of course, that won't fit, but you can try different ones to see if you like the size or don't like the size. If you don't like what you've just done, you can always do a quick undo and that'll change it back to the original size. You can also change the color of the text. If you wanted a different color, you would just click in that box and the color palette will come up. You have all these options in here. I have a preset options of black and red because those are the colors I've used. But if you like blue, you can change it to blue. Pick a color in the blue part of the square, or you can use the eyedropper over here. See this little eyedropper? If you were to click on that eyedropper, you could bring it over into your invitation and you can click on any color within your invitation. You like this blue or this red, you would just click on it and it'll change that to the color that you pick. So say we like this blue, we'd pick blue. So that's a neat option to have and to use. We also have some spacing options in here. There is a LS, and that stands for letter spacing. I got this spaced to 10. You could change the 10 to 12, 14 by just clicking over here if you wanted a different size. You could do it by clicking in the box, or you could use this little slider bar. You can slide it either way if you want and get your lettering different as well. So that's ways to change your letter sizing, or you can change your spacing between your lines. So by clicking in the line spacing, you do the same thing in the little box, or you can use the slider button. Then we have alignments over here, right align, center align, left align. Those are good options to have if you want them on one side of the page or the other. Some other fun things that you can actually get into if you really want to spend some time seeing what they do is this style text. You don't have to do any of these changes. These are all just fun changes that you can do. You can do drop shadows, you can do stroke, you can do outer glows. When you click on these boxes, they have some options in there that you can play with and see if it's something you may like your invitation to be changed to. And yeah, you can just go through and play with those if you have time, or like I said, you can keep your invitation the way it is and you'd be good to go. So after you did all that, there's a couple other things here that you can do. We can change the style of the text. There is a change text drop down here. There are some choices for you. You can upload your own fonts if you want. You do not have to. There are hundreds of fonts in here, but there are an option and you would just scroll down through those options and change that text if you want to change it simply just by clicking on whatever text is in there. You can see that just changed. Oh, we don't like that one, so we'll just click the undo button there and go back to the way it originally was. You can also, if you buy an invitation that you need to upload images for instance, a graduation invitation and you need to upload your graduates' images for that invitation, you would go to the Add New Image box up here at the top. That opens up. You would click in this area here, which will bring you to a file on your computer. You can choose and upload which photos you need for that invitation. And make sure you're on the page that you want the pictures to be on. We're on page 1. If we want that picture in a box on page 1, we'd be on page 1, example, or you would change to page 2 and then upload your photo and it would be on page 2. Also, there is, you can add text boxes here. Just by clicking that, you'll see a text box show up and you can move that text box around, put whatever text in it that you want, and you would do that in this box over here to the right. Again, this is where we make most of our edits, and we would either like it or not. If you don't like it, you can use this delete button right here, and that'll just delete out the text box or the image or whatever that you just had put on your invitation. So just go through each one of these choices here for changing your text. Change it to what you need it to say. Um, and you change the color, the font, the line spacing. You can play with some of those style texts if you want. There's all kinds of things you can actually go in depth on, but if you want a quick, that was a quick review of what you can do, is easy, fast, and fun, and literally nothing to download, nothing to purchase. So if you need any help with your invitation at all, any help with your edits, you want me to change your wording for you, please message me at pixelpapery.com. I'm happy to go in and help you with any of these edits, revert back, help you download, do anything that needs to be done. I think you'll have fun and make the invitation your own.